Good morning. We have beautiful blue skies here in southern New Jersey this morning. And I just decided to take a day of recreation and do some reconnaissance and planning for the observations I want to make to recreate that boundary line between Maryland and Delaware. This is a map that I got from Larry Scott, sent it to me. Has a lot of the main points on here. I'm pretty much going to be driving down to this location today. And on the way back, I might try to stop at some of these other points like this Stargazer Stone and so on. I won't be heading out in this direction. Here's a little detail. This box right here is this area, kind of blown up in detail. This right here is talked about on page 47 of the book you've heard me mention quite a bit by is it Butterfield? Yep, Butterfield, 1906. So let me show you what I've come up with so far. Let's see here. I keep showing you that. Don't need to. I'm going to show you what I have going on in Google Earth. So, I do have one of the photographs up of one of these marks. Yeah, here we go. A lot of the descriptions, when you look up an NGS data sheet, there will be if you see a HTML, blue highlighted, something that's highlighted and it says photographs, you click on that, you can actually see where someone took a picture of the mark. This one is right here. This is at the bottom of the sketch. Let me just turn all those off. So this is called the midpoint of the Transpeninsula line. So I guess what they did was they bisected this land and chose this to be the starting point. And so that's where I'm going to drive down here today, and maybe I don't know if I have some data coverage. Maybe I'll do a little live stream of me down here looking at those points. This gray line is the actual boundary line. This is the meridian that they observed. Latitude at the south, and then latitude, they observed latitude up here at one of these points. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still reading about this. This is the one that's called the tangent stone, and it has to do with that arc coming in and meeting up with this straight line. The interesting thing about this line here, the actual boundary line itself, they physically measured that line, the length of it, with wooden bars, laying them end to end. It's over 340-some thousand feet long. Quite an undertaking back in those days. Anyway, just want to say good morning and let you know what I was up to today. Need some just some fun. This will be fun. And what else? Was there anything else to show you? Just these are the data sheets, the description sheets of some of the marks that I'm going to print out, and they they carry with them descriptions of the points. And it's always nice when it says, the last one says recovered in good condition. So it's 2018 now. This was in 2010. We'll see if it's still there in good condition. But sometimes you come down here and it says mark destroyed or mark not found. Yeah. Okay. I think that's about it. Just a little introduction to what I'm up to doing. Like one of my plans is to go ahead and do the observations for latitude on that line using Polaris at night, and then solar observations in the day, and see if I can match what they did back then. I'll see if I can even match myself from Polaris to the sun from one day to the next. So it's just oh, here's some other maps. While I'm here in this folder, I can show you some other maps Larry sent me. I plan to get these printed out. Cool stuff, man. I love this stuff. Very interesting. So that's an actual, old blueprint. I think that's what this is. Not easy to read, but take a stab at it. And when I'm going to get that printed out on a large plotter, not just a 8.5 by 11 paper, but something a bit bigger. And what else? And, Larry sent me this one that we were just looking at. Okay, there's the distance. There's 81.979 miles. They're like 82 miles. They physically measured that line with wooden bars. I'll dig into it. I want to find out more about like how long did that take, a little bit more detail about those bars themselves and the apparatus used to do it. There's another map from Larry Scott sent to me. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, a little hard to read. He did say in his email it's a little difficult to read some of these. So my main interest here is to try to recreate the observing of latitude, but look at all the other very interesting aspects to this boundary line. The fact that it was to be a circle. It was to be 12 miles from the courthouse. Well, it looks like there's quite a lot of perhaps differences in ideas on how to do that. I don't know. Looks like there's a lot of information you can dig into about this boundary line. I can see here the circle's coming like this, and it bulges there. Here's a little straight part. I guess then there was some controversy about, this wedge, I think. I'm on here, displaying my own ignorance of this particular boundary line right in my own backyard. But probably not a lot of people are very aware of how the boundary lines where they live were established. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today. I get to do these things as time permits, so it's always something new to learn, All right, all. I'll say good morning. Have a great day, everybody.